Well, good evening everybody and welcome to my solo survival world. I think today we need to do a little bit of a new project on this world. I have been neglecting this world quite a bit, and oh yes, we've got a little visitor up there. Now, I mean, I know how some people feel about these guys, but let's just have a look if he's selling anything interesting. No, nothing that I need. I think at this point, Martha, you can just go and disappear. And you are going to hurt these llamas. I know you are. See, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. Poor llama. Alright, come on. Gonna go down. Unfortunately, you might need to take a little bit of damage. There you go. Come on. Alright, you guys come with me. You can just go and have a little visit with your friend. Come on. You'll be quite safe over here, I assume. I believe. Alrighty, with that done, the llamas are, well, nice and safe in their new home. Let's see what we can get up to today. So, here's the thing. I want to do a little bit of a fisherman's build over here. Now, whether it will look like a fisherman's hut or not, that's open for interpretation. Let's just say it that way. It's open for interpretation, but I think I've got a pretty nice build line up, and we will get to it later in the stream. For now, I think we need to do a little bit of digging. While we don't have anybody really actively chatting at the moment, let's go and do a little bit of digging. But first off, we might need to fix that. Our pickaxe, the durability on our pickaxe is quite low, so we'll need to do a little something to fix that. But that's not a problem. We've got plenty of goodies to trade with the villagers. So we'll grab a few carrots. We'll grab some beetroot. And all of these crops, we've got plenty available. So let's just make sure we repair the right tool. Oops. There we go, there we go, there we go. Nice juicy experience, and I know, don't even think about saying it. There's faster ways of repairing tools. I know, but we've got all these crops, we've got all these villagers, and they do also keen to help us out. And we can, well, We've got better crops to trade as well, but my problem is just that I'm concerned that the crop storage might be filling up a little bit, and so we need to use the crops. That's why I've got these farms here. These farms are here purely to provide me the crops to trade with the villagers. Let's grab a few more beetroots and let's grab a couple of potatoes. And then let's see, this guy definitely willing to... Patty! Good evening, good afternoon, good day, whatever the time is over there. Welcome in. I'm so excited to see you. Be kind to yourself today. Betty, you can do I've added commands. Yes, I have added commands. You can say exclamation fortune, I think. I think that should work. Yes, want to learn how to love? Start with the one you hate. How's that? For a little bit of a fortune cookie thingy. Interesting. Yes, interesting. There's a few other commands, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. And I don't know how frequently the answers to these commands change. I don't know if that is set up though. You should also be able to do, I think, follow age and what is the other two that I was playing off? You've got follow age, which should show how long you have been following the channel, and then there was another one. There's one that you can use to check how long the channel have. Suleiman, welcome in. Batty, yes, I've only gotten affiliate like a day or so back, 2 days back maybe. So I haven't played too much with all the new goodies that I have. Even though on the other hand, the commands, I'm doing it with a third-party app. It's not directly in Twitch. But yes, I am playing with it, and we will soon. Well, I don't know if I say soon, I can't say how soon will be, but we will soon have more things to enjoy on this little channel. So yes, I'm just trying to trade with the villagers a little bit, just to get my pickaxe repaired. And in the process, obviously, of course, we are getting a little bit of experience and a little bit of emeralds. Ah, there we go. This pickaxe is fully repaired. And let's just see. Suleiman, quarter gunpowder, 2 quarters gasoline, and 1 quarter sulfur. Recipe for disaster. Yes, Suleiman, today's recipe is definitely interesting to say the least. And that definitely does sound like a recipe for disaster. So, guys, how have your weekend been so far? I mean, the Saturday is, well, over here. It's all about over. And I don't know, Betty, where you are, what's the time there? About lunchtime? Just after lunchtime? So you still got a little bit of your Saturday left. I know Suleiman is an hour ahead of me, so it's what, 9:30? Really, 9:30 already? The weekends go by so quickly, especially when you're having fun. Who would like to trade more pumpkins? Thank you very much. And then let's just go and we can drop off these goodies just in here so that they get worked back into the storage silo. So, all right, I've got plans. I've got plans for today. Now, first of all, I would like to maybe dig a little bit more down there. We are so close to hitting bedrock. It's not even funny anymore. And then I think we need to start with a new project. And the next project I want to take on is a little bit of a fisherman's area, fisherman's hut with a dock area and all that. So I think that's the next build we are going to take on. But first, that's why I was repairing the pickaxe. That I just want to spend a few minutes maybe digging out even further, because at the moment we are really deep enough into this pit that we are starting to get quite a few diamonds and other resources, but the diamonds are the most important. Do I want an extra recipe weekend special? Yes, Solomon, yes, why not? Let's give it a go and see what you can come up with. 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. Isn't that water for hydration? I do have my water next to me. And are you stuck? Let me help you out. There you go. I freed a Zombert. Pairs perfectly with yesterday's recipe. But you were not here yesterday, were you? I can't remember seeing you unless you were ghosting me yesterday. Or lurking about. You must be speaking about Thursday's recipe. Yes, one day before, Thursday. That is exactly what I think you are referring to. So, if we have a look at all the caves and the areas that I'm opening up while digging this pit, I think that is going to make for a few interesting additions to the tower that will be here eventually. Yes, Suleiman, it was when we were digging, and for today I'm going to start off by digging a little bit more. I hope you guys don't mind, but this is this is definitely a project that's been going on for, well, how many? 946 days in this world. And I've been working on this bit for a lot of that time. So I think it's definitely time that we kind of finish with this thing, so we can start actually building this tower. Now the idea of this tower, as I've said before, is that we are going to build, let's call it a vertical village. I have all sorts of villages and maybe a few farms and stuff in this tall tower. And then the tower will have different areas and different themes. Why did Streamlabs call a link, and why is Streamlabs in here? I signed out of Streamlabs. I'm not using Streamlabs anymore. Just give me a second here. I'm going to have to... But what is it that you try to post that Streamlabs says is a link? And on the other hand, can you still post now? Because it's here for some reason. Yes, I will definitely over the weekend have a look, because Streamlabs isn't supposed to be in here anymore. But alright, as long as you're not banned. Because I got a message on my screen that Streamlabs banned you. You sent me something on Discord. Let me see if I can quickly check it out. Oh, mine.exe not responding. Please try again later. Oh, okay. I see, Soliman. I see. I think the fact that you put the .exe in there, Streamlabs might have sent or might have thought that you are trying to send something like a virus or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, you are still here, you are not banned, and now it's nighttime. So I did change the settings on Minecraft so that it doesn't go into the pause screen every time I just tab out. Now the problem with that is that in my solo world, which isn't running on a server, it's going to, well, the day is going to pause and it's going to become nighttime, and we are going to get, maybe if I leave it too long, we're gonna get a few mobs spawning who's going to try and, well, try and eat my heart. And brains for that matter. The little bit of brains that I do have left. That is. And we wouldn't want to let a zombie have my brains now, do we? Yes, you know what, Suleiman, you know what I didn't do? So I removed Streamlabs from Twitch, but now that you mention I should unmod Streamlabs, I did not remove it from YouTube. And that's the problem. Now on the one hand, having at least one of these bots on board to kind of just filter the chat is useful, but I don't want the mods or the bots to unnecessarily ban people. Yes, no, I know exactly what you're talking about, Suleiman. I'll definitely check into it later. I'm not going to mess with anything. You know, to be honest, my connection in my streams has been a little bit iffy over the last, well, you know, over the last couple of weeks I've been struggling on and off with streams and connections and things like that. So while everything is working now, let me not go and try too many different things. I'm just so scared I break something in the middle of the stream. You can either get rid of it or make people mod for a stream, then get rid of its role at the end of the stream. This is the only solution. Yes, Suleiman, I will think about that. I don't think I'm ready to make anybody a mod on my channel yet, especially since chat is well, this is a really small channel and I can, most of the time I can keep an eye on it myself for now. And besides, who do I make a mod? Because I remember you telling me about you being a mod at some point and you kind of got up to some mischief and you were doing a few things that was not necessarily cool. Yes, that's what you were doing. You added hi and hello into the banned words. No, really. I think those two are probably the two words that any new viewer or any new chatter in any stream probably uses the most in their first message. Yes, the streamer gave you permission, so you did it. Sorry, Barry, who, what now? Did I miss something? Never mind, sir. Barry, my friend. Please don't call me sir. I don't even allow my people at work to call me sir. Please. You know, it's like when you starting to grow a little bit older, and people want to use all these funny words when they're talking to you, which I'm not. Look, I'm just a normal person. I'm not sir, I'm not boss, I'm not your majesty or your highness or anything like that. I'm just Henry. No titles required in this stream. Even though, if I do ever go and study for a PhD, I will make sure that everybody calls me doctor or professor or whatever I can get away with. But for now, no need for that. Suleiman, should he call you miss if not sir? No, we don't use any titles here. I am the boss of the stream, yes, but no need in calling me boss. Maybe I'll just tell Streamlabs to ban anybody calling me boss. How's that? Yes, Barrybird, you know what, ne? So over here we've got the it's a sign of respect, right? And I do appreciate it. I especially appreciate it if younger people does use that respectful terms or titles. I think titles is the right word. But you know what, when it comes to respect and military training, I think I should have more respect for you than you for me. I mean, I think you've done more in life than I have. So if anybody needs to be called sir, I think you are the one that needs to be a sir. It's. Yes, all these pronouns, please. They, them. It's, he. I don't get the whole pronouns things. And look, honestly speaking, I haven't got a problem with anybody who wants to use their pronouns. Not anymore, thank you, Barry. No, that's fine. I'll just call you Barry. Batty Bird. Barry, is there an interesting story behind your name, Batty Bird? Or is it just something that you picked randomly? But yes, like I was saying, I've got no problem with people and their pronouns. You say you're a little Betty and it's a long story. All right. Is there a short version? Or would you rather not go into it? I mean, we've got time. If you feel like talking about it, we've got time. I mean, I just started, what, a few... Geez, have I started 30 minutes ago already? But anyway, it's Saturday. I believe I can go a little bit longer today than the usual. Suleiman, your pronoun is surely Turkish guy in most streams. Yes, you are our Turkish friend, and Lucas is our Lithuanian friend. Actually, so Suleiman, you are the only Turkish person that I've really spoken with online. But Lithuania, which is such a small country, I think it's maybe 2 to 3 people in the country, and I've got I think 3 people from Lithuania that I'm speaking to on a semi-regular basis. Probably one of the smallest countries in the world if you look at population, and I'm speaking to 3 people from there. That's actually I don't know, it's amazing how you meet people online. And then I have to say that, look, I've been making friends online for a long time, and yes, I think some of the friends you make come and go, but then on the other hand, I'm married to my wife now for 17 years, and I actually met my wife online. So in my younger days, just after school, I was very much into programming, and we were working. Me and a few friends were working on a social media sort of website before Facebook was a thing. And my wife joined, and we were talking on there, and we eventually met up. And a couple of years later, we got married. I think, 3 years after meeting, we got married. Nice, happy ending to an online relationship. Barrybird, you say your family had a parrot that had a stroke. It could no longer produce bad bird. When I got in trouble, he called me Barrybird instead. All right, that's a good short story. No, you know what? I'm always just interested in when I see interesting nicknames or interesting usernames. It's always interesting to just find out or hear where the name actually comes from, and how long people have been using those same names. Now, I don't know, I got to a point where I just stopped using any of those funny usernames and whatnot. Decided to only use my name, and at some point, and it just stuck, so here I am, just using my name, nothing funny, nothing fancy. And to be honest, sometimes I think people will see the name and not be interested in the streams or what have you, and then I don't care. If you want to be here, you will be here. If you don't want to be here, nobody's keeping you here. That's the way I see it. I'm not going to... I say I'm not going to, but I think if I ever start chasing views or things, somebody should just take me to one side and maybe give me a few slaps and tell me that's not the way to do it. Because we are here to have fun together, and that's basically the long and the short of it. Suleiman, you say you'd rather use English on the internet because there's more complex info than Turkish. You are at least 17 confirmed. I'm figuring out your age from random stuff. Okay, well, Suleiman, Let me tell you this. So, okay, at least 17 confirmed. Now, my son just turned 15 this year. So if I'm at least 17, then I would have been at least 2 years old when my son was born. I think that's a little early to start a family, but I mean, different strokes for different folks, I guess. I don't think I was very much interested in starting a family at the age of 2. All right, Daddy, so you were 4 years old when the bird had a stroke. And now after the stroke, so after the stroke, he couldn't call you Bad Bird anymore, so you became Batty Bird. It is definitely an interesting story. So I'm at least 34. That's closer, Suleiman. That's definitely closer. Barrybird, your daughter is 32 years. So Barrybird, no. You are not just old. You are just aged. And keep it at that. And you know what? That's another thing that I found, especially on the Twitch side of streaming. You have so many people of different ages in the same streams, and it's actually good to see how they can all communicate and actually be together in the same stream with no issues and no hang-ups, and they can all just get along, even though you've got, I think in some of the streams, you've got people from, well, high school age up to people past retirement age. And they can all talk and they can all get together and they can all, well, have a conversation. So you say if it's under 80, it's just age. If it's over 80, it's old. So Baddy, then I think you are just age, you're not old. But you say your daughter is like 32, so do you have any grandkids? If I may ask, I mean, listen, if I ever ask a question that you don't want to answer, just say so. I will not be offended, and if anybody else is offended, that's their problem. I'm just interested. I think I honestly like just getting to know my viewers, getting to know the people in chat. Sometimes I might be going a little bit too far with the questions, and if I do, you are more than welcome to just tell me, no, I'm not answering that, or I would prefer, though, not just ignoring the question. That makes sense. But other than that, I'm... And obviously, I want to say I'm open for any sort of conversation and any sort of responses as long as it is kept family friendly. And look, usually I don't have any problems with people using a little bit more offensive or harsh language, but I do find myself these days, if I join a streamer and they are like swearing all over the place and whatnot, I tend to leave the stream very, very quickly. I think sometimes in rare cases, swearing is it's just the only way to express yourself. But in most cases, I think it's totally unnecessary. And as such, I prefer to try not to swear. Sometimes the odd word might slip out, but I try not to. And I do appreciate everybody in the chat also just keeping it family friendly. And look, the honest truth is that I've never had to tell somebody straight, hey, listen, whoa, you're going too far. I find most people to really be respectful, and well, that's a nice thing. It's a good thing. Fun fact, most people think black holes are evil, but they're actually containing evil. Containing evil is singularity. Surely, man, that sort of kind of doesn't make total sense to me. But then I don't know much about black holes, but I think our friend Barry Bird might have some more information, because Barry Bird is well educated. I think that's the impression I get from Barry, that he's a really well educated person. Sorry, I'm just checking, because it seems that Twitch did have a little dip again, even though seems to be all right at the moment. It's not like hanging or anything. All right, Sully, singularity is a very dense point that bends space and time to the limits, if it didn't also bend limits. All right, that maybe makes a little more sense to me now. All right, how much more digging do you think we can do? Hello, friend. Go away, go away, go away. Out, 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 out. No, thank you for your donation. All right. Okay, Suleiman, you must have a lovely evening further. Have a good sleep. And what do we say? Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Or something in that. Something like that is the saying. Alrighty. Let's see. Alright, Betty, yes, I did see that Twitch did dip out a little bit. even though in my on OBS it shows that the connection is good and the drop frames are very low, but I did notice on, look, I've got both YouTube and Twitch open on my second monitor, and I did catch from the corner of my eye the Twitch stream just dipping out for a moment, but Twitch is now showing excellent connection. I don't know what that's all about. I do have a pretty decent internet line, and it is fiber, so I don't know what's the drama with Twitch, but I am streaming from over Wi-Fi, and I think that could be the issue here. Barry, yes, it could be the traffic between me and the US, but I'm sure I did set Twitch, because Twitch does have a server connection in South Africa, and I'm sure I did set no, Suleiman, your messages are coming through. Or are they just not coming through on screen? Just hold on a minute for me. Let me quickly just check something. It ruined the pun. I do apologize, Soliman. It wasn't the intention. But is everything okay, Betty? So you say it seems fine now. It looks fine on my side as well. Alright, I'm just going to maybe finish digging out this row, then I want to go and do a little bit of something else. I want to add a new building over here on this little settlement, and I've got an idea for a nice, maybe like a fishing dock with a little fisherman's building. Even though I think the building is not going to be very fisherman-like. Maybe it will, I don't know. But I've just got an interesting idea for a building, and I want to add a fishing dock to the building as well. Or maybe give me something to do with those 3 villages underneath my storage room. Because I'm so tired when I'm in the storage room of continually hearing those guys mumble and that zombie just growling down there. So I need to all right, Suleiman. I don't know, it might just have been a drop in network or something. I'm not sure. But everything seems to be working fine right now. But alright. So Suleiman, you are going to go to sleep now. Am I right? Or am I right? The other thing also, if you were using that many Z's, it might be that I am blocking that. Is it like messages near the? It could be because I set up a rule that if someone uses the same character too much without actually typing a word, that those messages should not be allowed through, because that is just a little bit annoying sometimes. So it might be that it's one of the things that I set up that's preventing that. I don't know. So that's why my Twitch username law didn't go through, because it was near 250 characters. Look, if I'm looking directly on YouTube, I also don't see anything. But if you've typed a message that's close to 250 characters, that should go through fine. That shouldn't be a problem. I'll have to look into the YouTube settings then. But honestly speaking, I haven't messed with the YouTube settings too much. But then on the other hand, it could also be Streamlabs, and I will, before I stream again, I will make sure that Streamlabs is totally, well, I don't know if I want to totally remove it, but I will just review the settings and see if there's anything that could cause any drama and trouble. My dear friend, I would hope you don't know how to hack a role, because I think if you were able to, you might just cause a big load of trouble wherever you go. No offense meant or anything. I just think you might be a little troublesome one if you have too much power. Oh, you don't cause disaster without permission. All right. Now, if I look you right in the eye, maybe a little closer, Suleiman, I believe you. All right, I believe you. Your tornado with an off switch. I want to believe you. I really do want to believe you. Channel Points is active on Twitch. Yes, it is. Unfortunately, with Channel Points, you've got ads on Twitch, but Channel Points is active. Now, truth be told, I'm still working on setting up the Channel Points properly and all that. So currently the Channel Points and the redeems on Twitch is mostly posture check. Listen, I can't check my posture because my chair is pretty much done for. But I have heard that my wife is buying me a new gaming chair for Christmas. So for the next 2 weeks, my posture is going to be a little bit off. But it will soon be better once I get my new chair. I do think the Channel Points just is makes the stream a little more interactive. You'll buy Stretch next time. You know what, Suleiman? I did Stretch as well, so you got a little bit of a freebie. I checked my posture and I stretched all together now. Wrong one. Well, that's all right. You posted the wrong one. Oh. Story behind Ponchikim on Twitch is it comes from my first Roblox username, Ponchik. Ponchik is a rewritten version of Ponkik, which means small and fluffy and cute. This is the right one. Alright. Small, fluffy and cute, you say. I don't know if I can imagine that. Hey! Hey! What are you... Huh? Tristan! Who invited you? I'm talking here. I'm having a conversation. And then you come in to spoil the party. Listen, my friend. I'm not too good with pronunciations, and especially when there's funny characters in there. So I kinda pronounce things as it makes sense in my head. If it's not right, you're more than welcome to correct me. I don't get upset if people correct me if I'm wrong. But let's see what does this Tristan have to sell. Sea pickles. Maybe I can get a few sea pickles from him. I haven't found any yet. So definitely buy a few sea pickles. And I know some people enjoy ending these guys' lives. I basically just take their llamas away from them. And maybe I'm kind of collecting llamas. Let's see. Imagine a small fluffy bunny. We call that Pon. Is it Ponkik or how do you pronounce that letter? Come on, llamas. got a safe place for you. I'm definitely going to have to build a bigger pen for the llamas, because I'm now just collecting all of them over here, and well, this area is becoming a little bit overcrowded, I think. You said Pornkik, the way you pronounce that word when you were reading. All right. As usual, I'm a little bit lost. Okay, don't think so hard. Okay, I won't. Anyway, the sun is setting again. I want to start building something. I haven't built anything in a while on this world. So I need to, well, first of all, I need to see if I've got the resources. Now that I've got my Discord on, I keep getting Discord notifications in the background, which is kind of irritating. So let me just get rid of that. Also, the person who allowed me to ban Hi and Hello said, "Go crazy with your power." You know what? That's the problem. I always tell the streamers that I watch, especially the ones that I have a good relationship with. I always tell them they should never mod me, because I do get power hungry and power crazy in those sort of situations. If you ever were to stream and I'm watching your streams, never ever ever allow me to be a mod, because then things might just go a little bit crazy. I don't think I'm qualified to be a mod. Well, I did have sea pickles. Oh well. That Tristan will go away at some point. Alright, let me grab some spruce logs, I think. Spruce is always... I gave you a couple of food recipes. How are you hungry? Listen, you're giving me the recipes, ne? Doesn't mean I actually went to the kitchen to make the recipes now, does it? And no, I'm not... Geez. My son and I am home alone. My wife is out with her father, enjoying a night out with her father, and my son and I am home alone, and I just bought us each a pizza for dinner. So I'm not physically hungry, because I finished my whole pizza. Um, let's see. How are we going to do this? I think right there. Then this should be the next one. Maybe go up one more. And there. Like so. How's that for size for the house? Well, I think that'll work. I think that'll definitely work. Alright. Then. Another one over there. One more over there. Same when me and my dad is home alone. We both know how to cook, but we just order Turkish version of fast food. Rotary wrap. Weird translation. Yeah, look, I know how to cook and I enjoy cooking, but over weekends, um, especially Saturday evenings, we will either have a barbecue, or if my wife isn't here, um, then I'm not in the mood to cook only for my son and myself. That sort of feels like um a little bit of a waste. So yes, like I say, usually when me and my son are home alone, I'm not cooking. That's not going to work for me. Alright, now I think before I'm done with this little build, I'm definitely going to need to go and get some more spruce because I'm definitely not going to have enough. Alright, I think this is... So this will be a little dock and porch area. And then... Wait, what? What? Did I actually just lose YouTube? Oh, we're back. We're back. What happened there? But alright. Seems to be back. Seems to be... Alright, so this is about... I think what I've got in mind for the design of the little house. Maybe over here just go add a little bit like that. In Suleiman, my big sister is about 6 or 8 years older than me. I know it's a even number, not an odd number. Asks me if I'm hungry, then tell me to cook for her too. Yes, I know siblings does that. that doesn't happen anymore because she goes to college now, so we rented a house for her. Yes, but you know, siblings, and especially older siblings, will do that. They'll ask you, are you hungry? And if you say yes, you are, they tell you to just make them something as well. Cook something for yourself, and then while you're at it, while you're busy, just make me something as well. They tend to do that. I think this is the correct height. You say your family laughs at it every time the topic opens. Yes, I do believe it could be funny, depending on how you look at it, or depending on which side of the story you are on. I mean, to you it might not be funny, while to the rest of the family it could be funny. It most certainly sounds like it is funny to them. Oh, I must stop doing that. And just as I say I must stop doing that, I do it again. Jeez. Some days I'm so bad at this game. Ah, better. 2, 3. Sully, you say you overpour pasta when cooking. Anyway, I'm bad at calculations, portions. You know what? I am too. When I'm cooking, I almost always make too much. And the problem with making too much is that I don't let food go to waste. So if I make too much, I eat too much. And that's a bad thing. I really I've been saying it for a while. I need to start watching what I eat. This I have been letting go over the last couple of months or so. No, 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 no. There's no food for tomorrow. I will finish it all today. There's no leaving anything for tomorrow. What is going on? All right, kitty cat, a rabbit's foot. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these rabbit's feet. What do you? Because what can you do with rabbit's foot? Only make potions, I think. I've got how many? Almost half a stack of it already. What is? I don't know. Twitch is doing twitchy things again. At least YouTube is alright. Yesterday though, on yesterday's stream I struggled with YouTube and not with Twitch. Because now Twitch is like totally losing connection. Yes, Twitch is twitching. That's no lie. Yes, Twitch is definitely twitching. Oh my. I don't know what. I honestly don't know what to do anymore. One day, one of them is working fine. The next day, the other one is working fine. But they hardly ever work fine together. But alright, seems back up. And I might need to eventually just press that. You know, we were talking about that button the other day. That button on the router. And I might just have to press that button at some point and just set up the network again. Maybe that will end my issues. All right, my friend, sleep well. I'll see you tomorrow, and the Twitch bites me already, so don't worry about it. I'll catch you next time. Have a lovely evening further, and yes, I don't know, I'm still deciding what I'm gonna do tomorrow for stream. Got an idea, but we'll see. I'll see what I'll do. You must sleep well, my friend. All right, let me. All right, I'm not even going to attempt to catch you. I mean, that's going to be a little bit of a difficult task, considering where we are situated in the world. And yes, I don't think I've got any desire to try and catch you. But again, thank you for being in the stream. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. You can't catch a leaf with eyes and legs. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I'm definitely not going to try and find out, though. Alrighty, now I need to see. How am I going to do this? Because now on the one hand, I want to... Maybe I can do this that I was thinking about. Twitch is having a ad break for 90 seconds. Well, anyway, while the Twitch crowd is having an ad break, I can go and grab a few more blocks. Well, I'm saying I need to grab a few more blocks, but I'm not sure whether I've got the blocks that I want. Because I do want pale oak, which I don't know whether I've got enough of it, but that's alright. We'll make do. Tristan, why are you still here? You better get out of here before Misfits pops in. You know, that lady might just force me to get rid of you. Alright, I thought maybe I've got some blocks. And then let me see. Do I... 'Cause that's the other thing now. Where would I have put my quartz? And now I have quartz blocks. I should have. Did I maybe like send them downstairs? This is redstone and nether. These quartz. Ah, here we go. Block of quartz. That's alright. That's... I can use that. Then utilities. Do I have a stone cutter though? I guess I can easily make another stone cutter. Then I shouldn't need to... Where would I put my stone cutter? Alright, let's just see. Stone cutter. That's just 3 stone and a piece of iron. I don't think I need to make one. I can just grab this one from down here. Oh well, here is one as well. And just grab this one. Thank you very much. Alrighty. Let's see. Of course, the idea would be to use stripped pale oak. Let's just see how it goes together with the quartz stairs, which I only have one of. And that's not a problem. That's definitely not a problem. Let's put a stone cutter and then we can make more stone stairs or quartz stairs. Apologies for the misunderstanding. I think that works. I think that works perfectly well. Alrighty, let's finish this thing. Well, I am going to need to go and sleep because the... You know, I've got a thing with these night creatures. A thing of, I don't like them. I don't want to like them either. And they certainly don't like me either. So as a rule, we just try and not deal with them. Hmm. All right, just give me a second. I'll be right back to you. All um okay. Let's go and do this. Boop, boop, bop, ba-da. Strip these logs. And be careful not to strip the spruce. Right, let's see. How does this look? I think that looks alright. That looks more than alright. I think I can certainly live with it. So this one, do that. We'll have a door here. If we have a door here, 1, 2, then we need to have this slab up there. We can just do that. Well, and we'll see. If things doesn't work out the way we want them to, we'll always come and change it. That's not too difficult at all. But I think this will work out. This, the image I've got in my head definitely just doing this all around will work out perfectly. Now this is me just placing blocks. Now these days I do find the frames of the houses are much easier, especially if I've got an idea in mind of what I want to do. The decoration, on the other hand, that's a time-consuming thing. The decorations are always more time-consuming. Now I think we're gonna have a little back door over here, so then we need to just keep that in mind. So, and we are almost... Am I gonna have enough? Seems that I'm going to have just enough fell oak logs. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. There we go. And now I will most likely definitely not have enough stairs. Quartz stairs, but I do have quartz blocks, so we can easily make more. But I think let me do one thing at a time. And yes, let's do this. Right, getting the stairs in. So the door is fine. Stair needs to go there. Then this one. So I know this is going to look pretty basic for now. But once we start decorating it, it will come together. Trust the process. I always tell everybody to trust the process. And I also need to trust the process. So it will come together. In the end. That's looking rather good. This is going to work out. It's looking good, and we are going to, I'll definitely add a second story on this side. So that part over there will just be a single story. This side will be there will be a second story up there. Then we're going to need to see. So like I said, I've got a pretty basic idea in my mind of how this will look. Now, do I have... I don't know whether this is going to be enough. But we'll have to wait and see. Let's do a little scaffolding action over here. And then, alright, so this needs to be... One, two, three, four. And then one extra. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just do this so that I can stop taking damage all the time. Righty though, now I'm going to need to do this as well. Now suddenly it feels like it's not lining up what I had in mind. But we'll see, we'll see. Oh. Well, I'm going to need to grab more spruce anyway, so let's go and take a nap, then we'll grab more spruce and maybe more pale oak. So I'm definitely not going to have enough for the second floor. And then we'll have to see what we can do. Have to see how much progress we can make. Now I am getting close to the time that I need to end the stream, but like I said, it is Saturday. We can certainly go a little bit longer. Zombit, I see you. I see you, and I don't want you here. Just go away. Go away. Give me a bit. Carrot? Well, thank you, I guess. We're definitely going to have to get a few more trees going, especially the pale oak ones. Now, where would I have put my saplings? Saplings should be with seeds. Okay, let's quickly plant a few trees before we go back to the build, so that these trees can grow up so long. I forgot about this. Need to come and fill that up again. In the meantime, let's plant a few trees so that we at least can come back and get more wood sometime soon. Over here seems like a good spot. Alrighty. Then we can go and finish the walls. Believe I should have enough to finish the walls at least. Yes, I hear you. I hear you. Such a tough life being a villager. Standing in your little market stall, selling your goods or buying the goods that your friends just kind of gives me. And then I complain about the prices all the time, you know, like a normal customer does. I mean, anybody who's ever worked with customers know that they will always find something to complain about. If it's not the price, it will just be something else. Right now, I might have a little bit of a problem unless I do the floors first. Which might be a good idea. So, alright, let's see. What do I want to... Oh, I think I know what I want to make the floor out of. I was thinking of using bamboo, but now the problem is that I don't have a bamboo farm. yet. I don't have a ton of bamboo blocks. Let's see, I'm sure I have... Well, I've got a couple. Do definitely have a couple of bamboo blocks here. Let's just see. Will we do normal bamboo planks? Let's do that. For the ceiling and the floor of the second floor. We'll just see how it looks. If it doesn't work, we'll change it and do something else. But I'm thinking that it should work fine. It should actually work more than fine. It should actually look good. The sound of the bamboo being different than other wood is such a good difference. I think sometimes I do love the different sounds of different blocks when you place them. Just gives a little bit of a change. So I am just filling it in, and then I'm probably going to have to just light up this mob spawner before the mobs decide to start spawning. Just do that. The torches are obviously a temporary solution. Definitely not going to use torches while we've got access to lanterns. And then let's start filling in now. I do think over here we are going to have a little door with a balcony. Then these sides will just be windows. Now this side, I'm not too sure about yet. So for now, I think we're just going to completely cover it. Because the roof on this side is going to come up. I don't exactly know how far. So we might be able to put smaller windows up top, even though it's totally possible that we don't need to. We'll see when we get to it, I guess. Okay, let's do a little bit of a strippy strip. And not that kind of strip. Just stripping the wood. A little bit of ASMR action, don't you think? Do that, and then I guess we need to go and take a little bit of a nappy nap. Just before the unnecessary friends spawn trying to come and spoil the party, you know? Don't need that. We don't need that in our lives. Alrighty. Now can we walk in here? Alright, we can, obviously. Is that it? Oh, we still need to do this one. Alright, now next step would be adding a few. We're gonna do the windows first, or are we going to do... Maybe we should just do the roofing first. Let's just see how the roof fits, or if the roof works in the way that I want it to. Now, as usual, I do really like the deep slate roofs, so we will definitely grab some of that. But now this roof isn't going to be as steep. I want it to be a little bit more of a flatter type of roof. So we will use a few slabs. Slabbity slabs. Put the veggies away and put the zombie flesh away. You can see building blocks. We're going to use the polished. I do have plenty of polished slabs. So I'm thinking that is going to be the block of choice. Just grab those as well. Let's go and see how we can do that roof. Jeez, why does it feel like my frame rates are horrible? Why is that? Oh, jeez. Ouch. That hurt my eyes. That doesn't fix the frame rates. Not really. This definitely doesn't look as nice. Let's go back to fancy. This looks a little bit better. Right, so this will have to come down. Maybe like that. I was thinking something like this. That's a full block, that's a full block, okay. This will need to go another one over. I think that is going to work, maybe. Well, maybe, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. We'll just go with it. Put it in. If it doesn't work, always break it down. That's the magic of Minecraft. Always break it down if it doesn't work. Ah, really? Really? Oh, come on. And it's definitely not going to work trying to place a carrot there, is it? Just see now. Now I can't remember what I did this side. Okay. So it's 1, then 2, 2, 2, 2, all the way up. Like so. Believe that's right. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Let's have a little break. Grab a little bit of hydration. Then we can quickly finish that roof. And I think when I'm done with the roof, maybe we'll call it for the night. Now I'm just noticing my 500-day base map. We are really close to 1,000 days now. So I will need to update the map and find a place to put the 1,000-day map. So it's definitely not going to be in this little build. It might be in the fisherman's build, or it might be in the warehouse. I'm thinking it might be in the warehouse. I think there's a few walls in the warehouse that's going to be perfect for this little 1,000-day base map. But alright, let's go and get the roof finished. This shouldn't be too hard if I can just place the blocks in the right way or in the right places. Should be quite easy to finish this. There we go. Now for this one. So I do have an idea. Maybe something like this. Because I want to have a slight slope here as well. Maybe something like this. Two. Just like that, maybe, I'm thinking. Is it going to really work out, though? You see, that's the the thing about roofs in Minecraft. The thing about roofs in Minecraft is that they hardly ever work out the way you want them to, though. Might have to I really don't know now. Will work out. It will work out. Let me just go and grab some pale oak here. Then we'll make it work. Definitely make it. For a moment now, I thought that this isn't going to work, but we will get it to work. It's gonna work. You see, I told you. Trust the process. Right? Trust the process. And it all works out in the end. Except, mistakes are being made. Or is it? All right. No, let's just change direction a little bit again. But I think I've got it now. I think I've got it. If we have a little bit of that's because yeah, we might rather want spruce. On this side, I don't know whether we should have the spruce or because if we have a look here, should this one be spruce or pale oak? I'm thinking the pale oak looks alright there. But it just messes with my OCD. Yes, it messes with my OCD. Not like I'm not really OCD. But that just kinda messes with me. I think that looks better maybe. And we'll go with it. We'll go with that. Right. Ow. That's better. Right, let's finish this roof off. Now that we've figured it out, it's going to be pretty easy, I think. Just doing it like this. I might at some point though come in and just texture the roof with some other deep slate blocks. We'll just see how it looks, how I feel about it when we're done with the whole build with the decorations and everything as well. I think then we will decide think that should have been 2. Yes. Huh? I mixed it up already. That like so. Then 2 there, 2 there. This. Like this. That look the same? Yes, it does. Seems that maybe we are going to be short a few blocks for the roof. This is definitely, now we're getting to the point again where it's either going to be just enough or just short. And this time, I will guess we're just going to be slightly short. Which isn't a major problem. We do have more deep slate. Obviously, we've been digging out that pit, which gave us loads and loads of deep slate. So that's not a problem. And if I, oh my word, if I could just place the blocks of the right places, it would also help. Alright, let's go and just grab a... Well, I think another stack of deep slate will be more than sufficient. Now we're going to have to maybe... Where are we going to grab it from, though? I think it would be quicker to... Wait. We don't have any... No. So let's go down to get some. I don't think I've got any in here. Nope. Cobblestone, andesite, cobbled, deep slate. 1 stack will be enough. Quickly turn them into slabs. So this little build is going to need a lot of decoration to make it look nice. But we'll have a look now. And see, since it is a little bit of a higher build, being 2 stories and all that. So the idea was just to not have the roof go too high. I didn't want to do a peaked roof, because that would just maybe look too high. I think this will work. This is definitely going to work. So I am going to cut it off here for the day. But next time we can come in, start working on some decorations. Now on this side, I don't know. Because what I'm thinking is to maybe we can change these spruce logs to the normal pale oak, stripped pale oak, and then we can add a little bit of a window situation here, which might work, but we'll have to see. I think once we start working on the inside of the building, we can figure that out. But then I think for now, I want to thank you, each and every one of you, who has been sticking through this stream, following along, even if you haven't been active in the chat. I want to thank each and every one of you, because it has been such a pleasure with all of you joining me. And with that, I think we need to call it for the day. Thank you so much for each and every one that joined me, and I hope you have a lovely weekend further, and I will definitely catch you all in the next stream. I almost said next episode, and I'm not doing episodes on Let's Play anymore. I find the streams is much more engaging. I enjoy having feedback from the viewers as we go along. So with that said, thank you so much for joining me, and you must have a lovely weekend further. Thank you and goodbye.